Education in Singapore has long been celebrated as a pillar of national progress and pride. Yet beneath the surface, the system faces mounting pressures that threaten its promise of equal opportunity. Rising tuition fees, growing student debt, and a shift in public resources toward foreign students have left many local families questioning the true beneficiaries of the system. As financial analyst and civic advocate Liang Shihian notes, the numbers reveal troubling trends. While Singapore's GDP and global reputation soar, the cost and accessibility of higher education for citizens have not kept pace. This video explores the structural challenges, the growing sense of inequality, and the urgent need for reform in Singapore's education landscape. Let's begin by examining who really benefits from the current system. Singapore's public universities were established to nurture local talent and drive national development. However, over the past 2 decades, a significant shift has occurred. Today, nearly 30% of public university students are foreigners or permanent residents, a result of deliberate policy quotas. This trend is not simply a byproduct of global competition but a structural choice. Government spending on foreign students has increased, even as local students shoulder higher tuition and more debt. Faculty hiring also tilts toward foreign academics, raising questions about long-term investment in Singaporean scholars. The gap between tuition growth and public investment signals a system where citizens pay more but receive less, while foreign students benefit from generous subsidies. These developments have sparked public debate about the true mission of Singapore's universities and the future of its young citizens. Since 2005, university tuition fees in Singapore have risen sharply, outpacing both government spending per student and real wage growth. Nearly all local students now rely on tuition loans, often graduating with significant debt. Meanwhile, government support for local students has increased only modestly, even as the nation's GDP has more than doubled. This mismatch reveals a systemic neglect of citizen-first budgeting. Foreign students receive subsidies and institutional preference, while locals are left to navigate mounting financial burdens. The result is a widening gap between the promise of education and the reality faced by Singaporean families. As we move forward, it's essential to consider how these financial pressures impact not just individuals but the broader fabric of society. Singapore's education system is often lauded for its meritocracy, but the reality is increasingly stratified. Half of all scholarship recipients come from just 2 elite schools, and high-income families spend up to 10 times more on private tuition than their lower-income counterparts. Lower-income families are less likely to benefit from government matching grants, perpetuating cycles of disadvantage. This creates a system where privilege is mistaken for merit, and opportunities are concentrated among the already advantaged. The consequences are far-reaching, affecting not only access to higher education but also long-term social mobility and cohesion. As we reflect on these patterns, it becomes clear that meaningful reform is needed to ensure that education remains a true engine of opportunity for all Singaporeans. Despite frequent promises of transformation, many recent education reforms in Singapore have been incremental, lacking the scale and urgency needed to address deep-rooted issues. Budget priorities often continue to favor foreign students and elite institutions, leaving ordinary citizens feeling sidelined. Policy recommendations from advocates like Liang Shihian include capping foreign student numbers and subsidies, increasing funding for local students, reducing class sizes, expanding preschool access, and investing in mental health support. The path forward requires not just policy tweaks, but a fundamental recommitment to equity, transparency, and citizen-first values. Only then can Singapore's education system truly fulfill its promise as a cornerstone of dignity and opportunity for all.